What's good, y'all? It's your man Desert Eagle here. Shout out to everybody tuning in on this Tuesday evening. Yep, it is Tuesday evening, man. First of all, do your boy a favor, man. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe, man. Man, look, I know it's been a while since I've made a preview or whatnot, and for the record, I am very, very under the weather, but I'm going to do my best to get this video out. It is going to be a very, very long video, but I'm going to get the best portion out, which I'm sure a lot of you want to hear from me, is my thoughts on the Super Bowl. And the rest is going to be like blah, blah, blah. You feel me? So if you're interested in what I have to say about Nick Bosa, Brandon Aiyuk, Jerry Jones, and the Niner fans crying and all that kind of stuff, stay tuned as I ramble for like the next 5 or 10 minutes or whatever. And after that, we're going to talk about a lot of things that happened for the past week. Anyway, so Eagles and Chiefs, let's talk about this, all right? I'm feeling very confident this game. I'm feeling very confident. I'm trying not to be too cocky. I'm still trying to they're still the Chiefs. You know, Andy Reid, we have not beaten this guy since, we've not beaten this guy since he left the Eagles. We've not beaten him. We have not beaten the Chiefs since 2009. I want to give a shout out to Philly Girl for pointing that out there. I guess in a way you can say it's kind of the Cowboys and Tom Brady situation, low key. You could say something like that, and also, never forget the curse in Arizona. The Eagles don't necessarily play good in Arizona. I mean, then again, I feel like the Eagles actually didn't do bad. I mean, but we did kind of give Arizona hope several times, but we managed to win and put an end to it, but. Just the Super Bowl taking place in Arizona is where a lot of dark times have taken place. So I just hope the curse doesn't linger, for us during the game. But anyway, man, I do know that Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs are like banged up with injuries. What's his name? What's the name? Kadarius Toney, former Giant. Juju Smith-Schuster, former Steeler. Both of them are injured. I believe one is might be an ankle or leg injury, something like that. And the other one is a knee injury. And I can't remember what the other one was, but he's on IR. So 3 of their wide receivers is out, or 3 of their star wide receivers or whatnot. I don't know that one that's on IR is a star. I don't know. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes apparently is going through a leg injury. He's going through a leg injury, which could make it hard for him to escape our defense. I mean, listen, the Bengals is a good team, but they're not the Eagles good. Their defense are not the Eagles. All right, I feel like I also believe the lineman is a bit banged up as well, but if you let one of our guys slide, it's not going to look good for Patrick Mahomes. But I also do know he's got that little magic. He likes to, flick on the wrist and everything. Check out that flick of the wrist. That's how you do it. A little cringe, my bad, but that's how you do it, though. That's how he does it. I don't know how he does it, but that's how it is, though, when he do it. He has his magic. He has his ways. He's done it to us several times, last time we played him, which was last season. I can't remember what week it was exactly, like week 4, week 5 or whatnot. But the ultimate difference from then to now is that they had Tyreek Hill. Listen, Tyreek Hill, I feel like he's always going to be an issue, for us. But he will torture best defenders. He will torture best defenders, whoever it is. He will torture best defenders. Hands down, one of the best wide receivers, top 5 without a doubt. But yeah, but I'm gonna have to say that this is part of the sport. Jalen Hurts' shoulder. I mean, we're not 100% sure if he's really 100%. With the shoulder injury. Ray Didinger. Shout out to Princess Gamer. She told me that apparently Ray Didinger believed that they're hiding the fact that Jalen Hurts would have to get a shoulder. He'd have to get a surgery in the offseason. And they're trying to wait until the offseason, after the Super Bowl and all that stuff, then they're going to get everything done. I mean, that the same would go for Lane Johnson. But then again, I think Lane Johnson's going to retire, so I don't think, that part is really going to matter, really. But, excuse me. But, yeah, like I say, I'm a little under the weather, y'all. So, yeah, my Super Bowl week, the moment we've all been waiting for, all of a sudden, I am sick. It's like, it's fate. It's like, damn, they don't want me to be 100% by the biggest show, the biggest spotlight. in the NFL, and that's the Super Bowl. They don't want us to be. They don't want me to feel great. You feel me? Last time he was in the Super Bowl, I was not able to call out because everyone else have already did, and not one of them were Eagles fans. They were Bucks fans, Panthers fans, and Washington fans. I mean, I used to work in Delaware. There are a lot of Washington fans in Delaware. But yeah, man, that's just how it is, though. But this time I wasn't able to get the day off, even though I did request it 2 months in advance, and no one else has done it. I was one of the first, but now all of a sudden everyone else decided to do it, and like 5 of them got the day off, and I got to work. But you know what? I can't trip about it because it's seniority, and yeah, it is what it is, though. I mean, you know what? That's their biggest mistake because the spots I'm going to go to pick up everything and deliver, now the Cowboy fans would have to feel my wrath. Cowboy fans, Washington fans, yes, there are some Washington fans. There's Giants fans. They are going to have to feel my wrath. I'm going to be working in my jersey, wearing a championship belt, flexing on these haters. You feel me? Flexing on them. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, other than that, but yeah, this game, man, all I'm going to say is, man, only way we can really lose this game is if we give Patrick Mahomes all the time in the world to make plays. It doesn't matter who he has as a wide receiver. At least I'm trying to see it that way. He is Patrick Mahomes, and he will work his magic. So we have to play like we want to win this game, coaching and everything. I'll be honest with you. I was most confident against the Giants. Not as confident against the Niners because, you know, they are a legit team. But I also felt like that. Some just told me that Brock Purdy, after the Cowboys exposed Brock Purdy, you feel me? Especially in his turf, as far as getting pressured, I knew it was over right there. I didn't expect the injury part to happen, but I do send my thoughts and prayers out to Brock Purdy. You hate that for anyone, but I do believe that Brock Purdy will be a solid starter in the future for the Niners. Rather him than Trey Lance. I mean, I think the Niners should take the L for Trey Lance, to be honest with you. I think they should take the L, giving up 3 first-round picks for that guy. Just take your L, get whatever you can get for him. Because I wouldn't even use him as a backup quarterback. Not 3 first-round picks, but Jimmy G, I know he's already gone. So I believe when March, April, May, or June or whatever, when that one of those months hit, he's definitely gone. He could go to New York. He could go to Houston. He can go wherever. But anyway, he could go to Indianapolis. Who knows? But yeah, man. But yeah, I'm feeling very confident going against Kansas City. It's like it feels so much like we're going to dominate this team, but like I say, I'm trying to calm down. You feel me? I'm trying to calm down, lower my expectations. This is what I've been doing all in the playoffs. You feel me? Lower my expectations. Don't even think about the game. Just see how it plays out. That's why I'm always excited and I'm always just, you feel me, just humble. You feel me? So that's how it is. But yeah, man. What else we talking about? Let's talk about the questions to Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni and them. Let's check this out right quick. Hopefully that's not too loud.
You're not the only one.
So basically, he said that the reporter said, I gotta admit, I didn't think the Eagles would get in the Super Bowl with you as their quarterback. That's what the guy said. Someone tried to say it was Elliott Shore-Parks, which I doubt that. I mean, Elliott Shore wouldn't want any smoke with Jalen Hurts. He wouldn't be anywhere near Jalen Hurts. I'm just saying. But anyway, yeah, that's what he said to Jalen Hurts. And Jalen Hurts said, you're not the only one. So the reporter want to talk about some, so I just wanted to tell you man to man, I'm sorry. So Jalen Hurts is like, on some Waka Flocka. Okay. Remember that?
Hey, man to man, so I'm sorry.
He's looking like, cool. Yeah, man, so he didn't really need to know that. Sorry about that. He didn't need to know about that. I mean, Jalen Hurts, don't think that just because we mentioned, like several has mentioned his name, shaded his name, talking about how he needs to be cut. They look at all that stuff. He knows. He knows. He be looking at the post. Darius Slay be looking. Miles Sanders, they all be looking. They all be looking. All the trash talk, they all be looking. You feel me? They all be looking. So, yeah, he's not the only one. I just want to tell you, man to man, I'm sorry. Okay, cool. It's weird. Like, what? It's just mad weird, but... So, you had that. And you also had Nick Sirianni. He asked one of the questions talking about something. Do you feel like this game is important to you? Do you feel like this game is a win? What? Do we feel like this? Huh? Do we feel like this game is important? It's the fucking Super Bowl. The event where 30 other teams would kill to be here. Teams like the Jags, teams like the Bills, teams like the Vikings, teams like the Lions, teams like the Cardinals. Who else? The Falcons? All of them that's never won a ring would all kill to be in our spot. The Titans, if I ain't mentioned that, and the Browns. They would all kill to be in our spot. What the hell kind of stupid question is that? Who hired these guys? Who hired these guys? Who signed them up, or how did they even get the privilege to come here and ask these stupid questions? Talking about, do you feel like this game is important? And then some female in the background was like, I think it was a female. It was somebody very feminine talking about some. Who would you not want on your team to date your daughter? And Nick Sirianni was like, my daughter is 5. Who is asking all these stupid questions? Making Nick Sirianni feel all uncomfortable. I'd be very uncomfortable too. I'd be outraged. What the hell kind of question you would ask about my daughter who's 5 years old? That's so weird. They ask some of the stupidest questions. This is why I'm not even mad when Marshawn Lynch, who was with Seattle, was like, I'm just here so I won't get fined. I'm just here so I won't get fined. Because he know all the stupid shit that they be saying. These dumbass questions. See, you know who deserve the privilege to be in Arizona asking some of the best questions? Gate City Sports. All right? Brunson, Joey Shakes. Simone with the sports. Philly Mike is great with that. Joe Castro, he's perfect with that. Bird Gang 31 does that as well.
Certainly can't forget Tone DeShields II. Shout out to him, man. Chalk it up sports. He'd be another perfect candidate to ask the real questions.
Guys like them deserve to be up there asking they would have all the best questions ready. And one person I also meant to mention is Philly Jim is another one. Philly Jim with the Sports Garden podcast. He's another one that deserves it. They need to start giving YouTube content creators an opportunity. Anyway, man, I'm just going to say, I'm going to end this portion as far as the Super Bowl. This game is winnable. If our defense show up and put in that same effort like we did last week, chase around Patrick Mahomes, allow him no time, none of that kind of stuff. If we can shut down Patrick Mahomes, if our run defense, all that kind of stuff. I feel like Patrick Mahomes, listen, if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can do it a couple years ago, why not us? We seen what happened when the Buccaneers played the Chiefs. Bucks beat the brakes off of them. Defense and everything showed up. Patrick Mahomes got shut down. I'm not going to sit here and be cocky and say, oh, yeah, we're going to do that. You feel me? But I feel like if our defense can show up, win, shut down that offensive line, if our run game can play their part, A.J. Brown eat, because apparently I hear their secondary is suspect. If they can do all of that, we can very well win this game. We can very well win this game. All right? It's no excuse, man. We shoot ourselves in the foot if we lose this game. Like, the only positions I would say Kansas City is better than us in is, without a doubt, quarterback Patrick Mahomes. He is better than Jalen Hurts. I will say that. He's better than Jalen Hurts. And Travis Kelce. I would say George Kittle, and Zach Ertz are better than Dallas Goedert. I would say that. But other than that, I feel like we got them beat in all 11 positions. Defensive linemen, offensive linemen, the running game, safety, linebackers, all of that. We're coming in this game red hot, healthy and everything. There's no excuse. We got to win this game. It's like there are times I feel like, yeah, that Super Bowl is ours. That Super Bowl is ours. But it's like I don't want to get too ahead of myself, because in the end, This is the Kansas City Chiefs. You feel me? It's like I'm trying to stay humble. I'm trying to give them that respect. But I'm so confident we can win this game. But yeah, man, Jonathan Gannon, listen, you gotta win. You gotta step up to the plate. Step up to the plate. Jonathan Gannon, Jeff Stoutland, Nick Sirianni. I don't think any of them, besides Jeff Stoutland, has come this far into the Super Bowl. And this is a major factor. The only guys that's very familiar with the Super Bowl on our team: Lane Johnson, Brandon Graham, Jason Kelsey, Fletcher Cox, and who's the other one? Derek Barnett. There may be more. It may be more, actually. There may be more, actually. I'm trying to think who else. I know Jeff Stoutland was there. I'm trying to remember who else. Jake Elliott is another one. I think there's supposed to be one more, but I can't think. But yeah, man. Other than that, I mean, all I'm gonna say is, man, there's no excuses. We gotta win this game. All right, we have to win this game. There's no excuses. Show no mercy. I don't care if this ends up as one of the worst Super Bowls in the NFL. All right, one of the worst Super Bowls. I think the most boring one, in my opinion, was the Patriots and the Rams, as far as my timeline goes, because they say it was a defensive battle, but honestly, I felt like both offense was just very, very sloppy. What was the game? 13-3. You feel me? But they say it's that, or they actually said the Seahawks blowing out the Broncos was also like the second worst Super Bowl. But then again, one channel doesn't justify everyone else's opinion. Anyway, that's all I got to say about the Super Bowl, though. So let's move on to the next topics. I'm going to say, y'all, let's get this win. Eagles versus Chiefs. We win this game. We dominate. We shut down Patrick Mahomes. Defense, man. This game, honestly, shouldn't necessarily be close, but I'm going to give the Chiefs the benefit of the doubt. This is still Andy Reid, and I don't think he plans on losing twice. Same goes for Patrick Mahomes. He is elite. He's the best quarterback. But yeah, I feel like we can win this game, but do not underestimate the Chiefs. Bring your A game. Play like you want to win it. That's all I'm going to say there. Oh boy, 5 more days. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk about the Niners fans. Let's talk about Nick Bosa. Let's talk about Brandon Aiyuk salty ass and Jerry Jones and all these nonsense that's been going on. You feel me? And Eagles fans just going at it with losers in the offseason. Let me say one last thing before I even go any further into that. The Pro Bowl was I didn't even see the Pro Bowl. I've been getting like notification on my watch. You feel me? That CeeDee Lamb did this and Trevor Lawrence threw a pick six and all this. They were playing tic-tac-toe through long snaps, kicks and punts, all that kind of stuff. If you ask me, I feel like the Pro Bowl is a loser's Super Bowl. And even if my players would end up in a Pro Bowl, I still wouldn't watch them. I wouldn't. I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't watch them. And some of the guys that got snubbed has only did us a favor and motivated us to go all the way and win the Super Bowl. Hassan Reddick getting snubbed for Defensive Player of the Year motivated him to be more of the monster that he is. Brandon Graham, who was snubbed from Comeback Player of the Year, motivated him to finish stronger. Nick Sirianni, I believe he got Coach of the Year. I don't know why all of a sudden they decided to give him Coach of the Year when they were mainly talking about Brian Daboll or Doug Peterson. I mean, I do believe either of them deserve it. But Nick Sirianni, in the second year in, went right to the Super Bowl. You got to give that to him. Especially when a lot of people didn't believe in Nick Sirianni. But yeah, Jalen Hurts could be snubbed from MVP. Honestly, I'd rather not be. I'd rather Hurts. The only MVP I want from Hurts is the Super Bowl MVP. That regular season accomplishment crap does not matter to me. It does not mean a damn thing if we don't win the Super Bowl. So, that being said, I don't want that crap. Only ringless peasants or washed up franchises would brag about stuff like that. And no. As far as our players being snubbed, I'm not gonna be mad about that. I'm not gonna be mad about that. All it should do is motivate us to want what's more valuable than any of that crap, and that's a Super Bowl. And that's what my team's been doing. Anyway, that being said, let's move on to the next plenty of topics that I wasn't able to address the past week. Let's get it on. And by the way, a few things I do want to address. Brandon Aiyuk being all salty, and George Kittle. Is it George Kittle? I think it was George Kittle being all salty and everything, talking about, should be a very interesting game, but he's not going to watch. It wasn't George Kittle. It was Nick Bosa. It was Nick Bosa. Oh, it's a very it's going to be an interesting game, but he won't be watching it. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. I think it's a very salty comment, but I'm gonna be real with you. If my team lost the way the Niners did, I would be all like, "Hey, man, fuck the Super Bowl. My team ain't in it." You feel me? Fuck trying to be a football fan, trying to prove yourself, all like that. I'll just be very salty. I ain't mad at Nick Bosa for that. You feel me? But it is what it is, though. I mean, just know in the end, was he the defensive player of the year? I think he was the defensive player of the year. And you didn't even put in all that kind of work, against our offense. But hey, it is what it is, though. Stay salty, though. And then you got Brandon Aiyuk. Brandon Aiyuk being a whole clown, being all salty and everything. Trying to say, the Eagles got lucky and everything. See, if it's one thing I realized, the San Francisco 49ers, I mean, but then again, that's kind of an insult to the realest fans, like Billy Badass and A-Bomb and them, but I got to keep it a buck here. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about Niner fans that's crying, players being all salty. They're the main ones. It's like, if it's one thing that modern women today, you feel me? When I say modern women, I'm talking about women like Jada Pinkett Smith or Brittany Griner or Gabrielle Union and many toxic women like that. If it's one thing like women like them and Niner fans have in common is lack of accountability. Niner fans and guys like Brandon Aiyuk, it's like they have no accountability. And when I say no accountability, like think about why your quarterback, got hit the way he did. You went against the best defensive line in the NFL. First in NFL history, 4 defensive linemen, 4 different ones, to get 10 plus sacks. So I'm going to say it was Brandon Graham, Javon Hargraves, Josh Sweat, and Hassan Reddick. If I'm correct, those are the right 4. But yeah, you clearly took our defensive linemen for granted. And then on top of that, you put a backup tight end that apparently didn't even play last week, that previous week against the Cowboys. You put that up against a guy like Hassan Reddick. If anything, Brandon Aiyuk, you should blame your coaching. You should be blaming the offensive line. You should be blaming the offensive lineman coach. You guys have yourselves to blame. We literally just came, played football. We showed we were the better team. We showed that we wanted to win, and we do whatever it takes. So if y'all don't want to accept that for what it is, then it is what it is. But I've always said this. Since we lost to Washington, I said great teams will always lose games, but champions will always learn from it and fight back. But right now, y'all really are acting like a bunch of sore losers. Them, certain Niner fans, it's pathetic. It really is pathetic. And it's like, it's supposed to be the Super Bowl week, but your boy hasn't really been able to make videos all like that. So I guess we can talk about everything that, whatever. But yeah, Brandon Aiyuk is salty, extremely salty. I ain't even mad at Nick Bosa, because honestly, I would have felt the same way. I'd be like, man, fuck the Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck about the Super Bowl. My team ain't in it. Who the hell am I going to root for? Maybe if I put money on it, yeah, sure. But then again, I would always want the AFC to win anyway. You feel me? I would never root for the NFC, especially an NFC team that would have eliminated us. I would never do that. But yeah, man. But yeah, so anyway, I addressed all of that. Niner fans with all the excuses. I literally called it on Twitter. Well, here's what I said. I responded to Tony Shields. I said, I have a feeling it's going to be a Case Keenum game, and it's also going to be a Cooper Rush 2.0. Because, when we dominate Cooper Rush, all of a sudden, Cowboy fans tried to say he was a backup quarterback, but they wasn't saying that. We went 4-0, beat 2 division rivals and 2 former Super Bowl contenders. You feel me? They wasn't saying it was a backup. Now you got Brock Purdy. Now they saying we didn't even have a quarterback. You be the third string quarterback. You be the fourth string. We ain't had no quarterback after that, man. Congratulations. We would have beaten you if such and such and such. See, it would not have made a difference. It would not have made a difference. You guys stood no chance against our defense. All right, you stood no chance against our defense. You may have manipulated the fans on the media, on Twitter and everything to feel sorry for you. But I know you Niner fans. I've seen how you Niner fans act. Last season, Jimmy G was starting at the time. It was week 2 of last season. When they barely got past us, what was the final? 17-11, something like that? These Niner fans were talking all the craziest shit. They grabbed all those free shirts and towels that would be on the chairs of almost every game. Every seat in the stadium would have all the chairs and everything. Niner fans grabbed those, piled it all up. They piled a good amount up, stumping all over, spitting all over it. Niner fans are not who you think they are. They're far from innocent. They're a scumbag organization. All right, I'm not talking about Billy Badass. I ain't talking about A-Bomb or many other real fans like CG or Niner Pride or Racky Vet or P-Town, even though they talk a lot of shit as well. But at least they talk shit and they got class. You feel me? They got class. They can talk some good ass. They can talk some good football. But yeah, man, it's like Niner fans are not innocent. They are just a crybaby, pathetic fan base, bunch of sore losers, and they're still crying, trying to say, "Oh, the game was rigged," and Lane Johnson jumped false start several times, even though we've managed to expose a few clips that, your guy, Trent Williams, and that other tackle, they basically did the same thing. But every time we point that out there to them, they basically ignore it. It's crickets. So, again, lack of accountability. You feel me? And for you to say that and for the whole league want to blame refs and talk about it's rigged, that's bullshit. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear none of that shit because I literally pointed out how trash the refs were, right? Or some of the officiating. And a lot of y'all didn't want to hear what I had to say. A lot of y'all, and even when my team was winning, y'all did not want to hear what I had to say about it. Y'all were ignoring me. Y'all was like, "Oh, Eagles fans are always making excuses. Oh, come on, man. Nah. But now all of a sudden we want to talk about refs. Nah, keep that same energy. Keep that shit to yourself. Because I'm going to tell you like you told me. Referees are human beings, right? Referees are human beings, right? Yeah, referees are human beings. No refs are perfect, right? Keep that same energy. And besides, come on, we got Patrick Mahomes. We're going to be going against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady, they always protect Patrick Mahomes and the rest, you feel me? They always protect them, so worry less. The refs ain't going to be on our side. You feel me? But watch. When we call out the refs and the bullshit calls, they're not going to want to hear what we have to say about it. So it is what it is. So anyway, what else we want to talk about? But anyway, man, Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones has got to be the biggest weirdo, the biggest, like, I don't know. I don't know what to make out of Jerry Jones. And it's like, to the Cowboys fan, aren't you sick and tired of losing? Aren't you tired of being irrelevant for the past 28 years? Aren't you sick and tired of that? 28 or 29 or whatever. Aren't y'all tired of losing? Seriously. Aren't y'all tired of losing? This guy, right, had a few things to say, shading the Eagles and the Rams of the moves that was made. And Jerry Jones was saying stuff like, "Oh, the Eagles going to have to pay for all those moves soon. They're going to have to pay for all those moves." Let me see something. Jerry Jones, Eagles. Jerry Jones, Eagles. He was saying stuff like, "Oh, the Eagles gonna have to pay for all the big moves, or we kind of empty the bucket and stuff like that for the guys today, and we're gonna have and they think what they're doing is smart, talking about thinking long term and everything." Now, I can understand what you had to say about the Rams because they did kind of give up all the first-round picks. I don't think they even got a first-round pick until, like, what, 2026, 2027 or whatever? Like, bro, I mean, it's like at least one thing we can say about the Rams, even though they've destroyed their CAD, gave up all the first-round picks, at least they got a Super Bowl out of it. Any Cowboy fan in your fan base agree with me to say that they wouldn't care if y'all were to do the same as the Rams did. Give up a bunch of first-round picks and all like that if it meant winning the Super Bowl. A lot of Cowboy fans, at least a good 95%, have all been questing for 6. They want to do whatever it takes to win their 6th ring. They're sick and tired. They're fed up with the lies, the bullshit, the deceit, all that kind of stuff. So, Jerry Jones, you probably should shut up and take notes. You should probably shut up and take notes. Take notes, maybe from the Rams. At least they got a ring, but most definitely take notes from Howie Roseman. The reason why I'm going to say take notes from Howie Roseman, because there are times when the Eagles have been in Cap Hill, and he always worked his magic to fix all of that. You feel me? He managed to, fix all of that. And the craziest part, y'all can say stuff like, sorry, Reddick. He's going to be here for the next couple of years. Fletcher Cox, he retires to go to another team. We have Jordan Davis to step up to the plate. Javon Hargrave's going to free agency. We have Milton Williams to step up to the plate. If Brandon Graham retires, Hassan Reddick is going to move to that spot, or Josh Sweat, or Derek Barnett. So basically, defensive line is not really as bad. You feel me? It's not really as bad. TJ Edwards or Kazay White, one of them going to free agency. We have Nakobe Dean to step up to the plate. We seen what he can do the time he was on the field. If James Bradbury go, we might end up drafting with one of our first-round picks. We have 2 first-round picks, but you failed to mention that. We might end up drafting a corner in James Bradbury place, or we might put C.J. Gardner-Johnson there. I don't know. We might go to nickel. I don't know. But I know you can't have both him and Avonte Maddox at nickel, or maybe C.J. Gardner-Johnson's going to stay at safety. I don't know. But he's pretty versatile in each of those positions, corner, nickel, or you know what I mean, and safety. But yeah, if Jason Kelce retires, either Lander Dickerson is going to move to the center, or what's the name? or Cam Jurgens, who we drafted last season, is going to go to center. And Lander Dickerson is going to stay on the left guard, and Jordan Mailata is still going to be at left tackle. The only 2 I guess you can say I'm going to look at is is right guard and right tackle. Or they are the main 2 that I would keep an eye on. But other than that, we're still good though. We're still good. I mean, Dallas Goedert won't be going anywhere. I believe he got paid actually. Dallas Goedert won't be going anywhere. Miles Sanders, I don't know if it's going to be like a franchise tag deal or it's going to be a cheap deal. I don't know. You feel me? I don't know what's going to happen there. But Jalen Hurts may likely be getting the bag. I don't know if it's going to be him or C.J. Gardner-Johnson. One or the other is definitely going to be getting the bag. But yeah, plenty of the moves that we made are like they're basically that moves. They're set for the future. And as far as you trying to say we're the Rams, did I mention we still got 2 first-round picks? We got a top 10 pick, and I believe a late, I guess you could say a 30 for 31st pick. So, and we still got our first-round picks in the future. So, Jerry Jones, what is he talking about? Like, seriously, what is he talking about? I don't know, man. Jerry Jones is a hater. In the end, no matter what you say, like if I was you would kill to be in our position. That 1 and 2. If I was any Dallas fan, I would tell Jerry Jones to shut up. All right, and for him to say Jerry Jones is in the middle, he prefers to stay in the middle of the whole Eagles and the Rams situation. You want to be in the middle. As far as thinking long term, you guys have been thinking long term ever since I was like 4 or 5 years old. Like, bro, I was in elementary. Just getting into kindergarten, if I'm correct. Just getting into kindergarten. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand Jerry Jones. I mean, maybe that's why you guys are always falling short. The last couple minutes, when y'all lost to the Niners, it just looks like y'all gave up. Y'all don't give a shit. It really did. It looked like y'all just didn't care. But anyway, man, what else we want to talk about? I hear Nick Foles is looking to retire as a Philadelphia Eagle when his time is up. And yeah, Nick Foles, you're always more than welcome to retire as a Philadelphia Eagle. It's nothing personal. I still thank you to this day for helping us win our first ever Lombardi trophy. And it's like it sucks that it ended the way it did. But in the end, Carson Wentz, we gave up so many picks for him. We paid the guy, and and unlike and Nick Foles had yet to play a full season, so that's another issue there. When we did give him opportunities to finish a full season, there were times he got hurt. So I mean, it's very unfortunate, but I would gladly, like, I'm definitely going to get a Nick Foles jersey. I'm gonna get that jersey. I'm going to get a Jalen Hurts jersey. But shout out to Billy Badass. Me and him made a jersey and a hat bet. Unfortunately, the jerseys are not in stock, the midnight greens, and I don't know what's going on. They're trying to advertise the gray ones for several teams, and I'm like, bro, like, who the hell's gonna wear gray? You feel me? Who the hell's gonna wear gray? I think it had a little camo to it, but ain't nobody really gonna wear that. Like, they want to wear Eagles green or wear Kansas City red. Like, we want our main colors. We want our solid colors. You feel me? But yeah, I made a jersey bet. I buy him a Brock Purdy jersey, or he's gonna buy me a Jalen Hurts jersey along with a hat. So we're gonna just I told him, listen, man, I ain't even tripping, bro. We got the whole off season. I ain't tripping about it. I ain't gonna push you. I ain't gonna call you out or none of that shit. Just when it comes in stock, definitely do it. So until then, I'm gonna work on just getting me a white solid Jalen Hurts or a black. I may get a Kelly Green. I might get a Kelly Green. Randall Cunningham. I'm going to do that because even though I was alive when he played for this team, but I wasn't really like tuning in all like that. I mean, I was 5 years old when he left. But yeah, man, shout out to Jalen Hurts. No one believed in Jalen Hurts. No one believed in Jalen Hurts. And I'm happy to say I was one of them. Even though I was like, I wasn't 100% sold on Jalen Hurts, but I was like, I admire his leadership, his commitment, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to him on the field, he's gotta convince me that he is the guy. That's all there is to it. But this whole season, you see what he was about. Literally, our only addition we had to the offense this year was A.J. Brown. And now people was all like, oh, it's not going to make a difference because Jalen Hurts is your quarterback. You're a QB short. But now all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts in talks for MVP. Now all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts was throwing weapons. I mean, that's bullshit because the starters on the offense, Dallas Goedert was drafted by the Eagles. Jason Kelce was drafted by the Eagles. Lane Johnson, Isaac Seumalo, Jason Kelce, Lader Dickerson, and Jordan Mailata. All of them were all drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. Devontae Smith, drafted by the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, drafted by the Eagles. Miles Sanders, starting running back, drafted by the Eagles. The only person that was not drafted by the Eagles is A.J. Brown. That's literally it. So what you need to say instead is that the Philadelphia Eagles have built perfectly for the future. That's pretty much what it is. Now, as for defense, you may say what you like, but then again, what other teams in the league haven't signed multiple players from multiple teams? Fuck it. Do what you got to do to win games. Win the Super Bowl. Like, come on. The Niners, they were complete all around. The only issue is, Brock Purdy, the offensive line was the issue. The offensive line was their biggest issue. I mean, keep telling y'all, man, defense wins championships. But y'all never listen. Defense wins championships. Offensive lineman makes the quarterback, as far as getting time in the pocket, and the running backs famous. Always build your offensive line. I've been saying that since I realized the whole Carson Wentz situation. I've been saying that. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about. Oh boy. Eagles fans and Washington fans. Listen, I'm just going to say this once, all right? Can we stop wasting our time with losers? Teams that didn't even make the playoffs. Can we please stop wasting our time with them? Washington fans is all like, oh, but the Eagles may go to the Super Bowl, but remember when Washington Commanders beat the Eagles in week 9, week 10, week 8, what the hell ever? Remember, huh? Remember that, huh? You lost to Taylor Heineke, huh? Remember that, huh? This is literally what losers do. Brag about regular season accomplishments. What did I tell you, Washington fans, a long time ago? All the way up to the fact that y'all fell short in making the playoffs. I said, well, Washington, at least you beat the Eagles. Because that's what y'all going to say. But now look, that's literally, I said that's going to be your best accomplishment, is beating the Eagles. They talk about that more than Daniel Snyder moving on or getting fired or whatever. I don't know. Sell the team or whatever. Unsure what's going to happen at quarterback. All that kind of stuff. But listen, Eagles fans, stop wasting your time with a franchise where, like, Washington is where careers die. They didn't even make the playoffs. Why are we wasting our time with them? The only enemy we should be focusing on is the Kansas City Chiefs. Andy Reid. Patrick Mahomes. Those are the ones we should be focusing on. Those are the main ones we should be focusing on. What's going on in Arizona? How are we going to win the Lombardi Trophy? Stop worrying about the freaking losers outside of the playoffs. Like, come on. Stop wasting time with them. All I'm going to say is, man, I'm excited about the Eagles and our chances against, Patrick Mahomes. You feel me? I'm not going to underestimate the Chiefs, but there's a difference between being very confident and being very cocky. And that's kind of going on from both fan bases. You feel me? But anyway, hit that like button for your boy. Hit that subscribe. Eagles fans, look. Think about it. We're one win away from winning our second Lombardi Trophy. One more win away from making it happen. One more. And the best part about the players we got, none of them are being too cocky. None of them are throwing shade. Every last one of them is keeping a level head. All the haters with Nick Sirianni, he's making sure he keep their egos in check. All right? He's making sure they keep their egos in check. That's the job of a head coach, but nobody points that out. Everybody wants to hate on Nick Sirianni. It is what it is. In the end, whether you like it or not, the Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl. Anyway, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Until next time, it's always and forever, fly, Eagles, fly. Let's get that number 2 ring. Flex on these haters. All right, I'm out of here.
Bye. Have a beautiful time.